Welcome to Drive Right, Chapter 1 of Unit 1. You are part of the system. Lesson 1, Part 1. You are part of the system. The key to becoming a safe and responsible driver is to learn about the risks of driving and how to manage them. Objective: describe the three parts of the highway transportation system. The highway transportation system, known as the HTS. The purpose of the HTS is to move people and cargo from one place to another in a safe and efficient manner. Of all transportation systems, HTS is the most complex. The highway transportation system has three parts: roadway users, vehicles, and roadways themselves. Roadway users. When high-risk roadway users are on the road, be alert to the risks involved and knowing how to reduce and control them. Vehicles. In the United States, there are more than 240 million registered passenger vehicles, ranging from lightweight mopeds to tractor-trailers weighing many tons. Roadways. The HTS involves more than 4 million miles of paved roads. Not all roadway conditions are the same. Examples include: number 1, unlit roads; number 2, unpaved road surfaces; and number 3, hazardous environmental conditions. As you learn to drive, you will learn how to navigate the complex mix of people, vehicles, and roadways safely and responsibly. Objective: explain how the National Highway Safety Act affects drivers. Objective: explain how the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act help keep drivers and passengers safe. Regulating the HTS. The federal government passed 2 laws to set standards that create guidelines for the vehicle and highway safety programs. Number 1 is the National Highway Safety Act, and number 2 is the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act. Federal, state, and local government agencies work together to regulate the HTS. The National Highway Safety Act. These are guidelines under this law that states must follow, including vehicle registration, driving license, traffic courts, and highway construction and maintenance. The National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act. To keep cars safe, this law requires automakers to install certain safety features into each car. Seat belts, airbags, things like that. Let's review one of one. List the three parts of the highway transportation system. Number 2, why are laws needed to regulate the HTS? Your driving task. In 2004, more people between the ages of 15 and 24 died as a result of motor vehicle crashes. This is than any other single cause. What do you think is the primary cause of crash deaths among this age group? Well, you think about it a little bit, it might be cell phones, distracted driving, too many people in the car. There's a lot of things like that. Objective: explain how understanding the mental, social, and physical skills relate to driving helps you to be a low-risk driver. The driving tasks include mental, social, and physical skills. Drivers can develop a low-risk driving habit by, number 1, using knowledge and visual skills. Number 2, judging time, speed, and space. Number 3, anticipating how your car will respond under ordinary and emergency conditions. Objective: define or identify mental, social, and physical factors that might affect your ability to be a safe driver. Mental skills. Developing mental skills as a habit to protect yourself and your passengers. Number 1, use critical judgment. Number 2, continuously monitoring the roadways. That's scanning with your eyes, looking around you, using your mirrors. Social skills. A big part of your driving task will be applying social skills to stressful situations by remaining calm and patient to avoid conflict. Make an effort to work with other drivers so that you don't lose focus and make driving mistakes. Physical skills. When you use the controls to accelerate, brake, and steer, you are using physical skills. Coordinating the use of your eyes, hands is needed to effectively control your vehicle in a timely manner. Not only your hands and eyes, but also your feet, mostly your right one. Objective. Identify and explain the 4 steps in the IPDE process. The IPDE process. The IPDE process is an organized system for seeing, thinking, responding during driving tasks. The IPDE is an acronym for number 1, identify important information in the current driving situation. Number 2, predict when and where possible points of conflict may develop. 3, decide when, where, and how to communicate, adjust speed, and/or change positions to avoid conflicts. And 4, execute the correct action to prevent conflicts. Understanding and using the zone control system will help you use the IPDE process more effectively by managing space around your car. IPDE process plus zone control equals low-risk drivers. Low-risk drivers means that you will consistently monitor other vehicles and roadway users around you and actively avoid hazardous situations. What clues do you see that will affect your decision about your speed? What do you see coming up here? Well, I see a bus, I see a curve, I see a school zone sign, I see trees around that you can't see other things, so you might want to think about reducing your speed. Could you predict a possible conflict in this picture? Well, again, we're coming up to a curve. You can't see what's coming around this curve over here. There is a sign up there that's going to tell you directions. Okay, you do have 2 solid lines down the middle, which means there is no passing. A tire is in the roadway. What decision would you make to safely avoid the tire? Well, number 1 is probably slow down a little bit, and number 2 would be to maneuver to the left just a little bit to avoid contact. 2 hikers are in your path of travel. What actions should you take? Well, as a driver in a car like this, I would probably slow down. Make sure that they get across the street safely. Even though there's no crosswalk, pedestrians are there. You let them have the right way. Lesson 1.2 review. Number 1, describe the 3 kinds of skills all drivers must develop. And number 2, identify the steps for the IPDE process.